what's up guys, this is about another video, and then we're doing an unboxing and full review of the brand new Tecno Spark 9. Right guys, if you're not subscribed, come subscribe, and if you end up watching the video, give me a thumbs up, I appreciate for that. Right, so the new Tecno Spark 9 series has a few versions. There is the Spark 9 Pro, the Spark 9T, and then the vanilla Spark 9 that I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today. Right, so before I unbox the phone, I want to look at the specifications at the back here for those who are interested real quick. So yeah, the ones Tecno is proud of is the 90 Hz refresh rate and the 6.6 dot notch display. Yeah, and you have a IPS LCD, obviously not AMOLED, and it's at 720p. Yeah, and then for the cameras, you have 13MP at the back with a 2MP, I believe, depth sensor, because I haven't seen the macro option in the settings. Right, for the battery, you have a 5000 mAh at the front. You have a 8MP front facing camera, and then yeah, I think that's all for the relevant specifications I can look at. Obviously, this is a 4G phone. Right, so let's go ahead and unbox the phone real quick. Right, yeah, so the first thing you're greeted by is the phone itself. Let's remove that, I put it to the side. And look at what we get in the box with the device right here. Right, so the first thing you see here is a 12 plus 1 month warranty as usual you get with Tecno, and then Tecno is still generous. You get a TPU case that I'm going to be trying on for you guys in a bit. Right, so you get your 10-watt charging brick as well, and you get your micro USB, USB-A cable, and your earphones. So yeah, that's all that you get in the box of the Spark 9. So let's put that to the side and have a look at the device itself right here. Right, so this is the Tecno Spark 9, the regular one, in all its glory. As you guys can see, the design looks really nice. So right, let me try on the case for you guys, as I promised. Struggling to remove this polythene bag. Right. Okay, so let's try on the case for you. And there you have it. So that's what it looks like with the case on. Not a big fan of it anyway, but yeah, that's what you get. Right, so this is a Tecno Spark 9. Right, so let's move on to the full review of the device. Right guys, so moving on to the full review of the device. So I'm going to start off talking about the design of the phone in general. Right, so at the back here, you get your cameras, your 13MP main camera, and 2MP depth sensor, your dual flashes, and the color I have here is the Infinity Black. Right, so but in real life it looks like more gray or dark blue, you see that. Right, so the back is matte for the most part, other than this camera area that you have here, which is actually excessively big in my view, and it does make the phone look a little bit old because it's the same design that the Spark 8 series have. Yeah, I would have wished for maybe design cues like those of the Spark 9T and the Spark 9 Pro. You know, they're more in line with the common 19 series of phones, but this does make the phone look a bit dated out of the box, and I'm not a fan of the you know, the space that they leave here in the bump. Doesn't look that good to me. Yeah, doesn't look neat, you know. I'll prefer the whatever the design like that of the 90 and the whatever and the Spark 9 Pro. But yeah, other than that, I think yeah, the design is fine. You know, have some styling at the back here. Most people might enjoy, but anyway, most people put cases on the phone, so yeah, no big deal. Right, so that's for the back. Get your cameras, your flash, and the whatever fingerprint. Right, so for the bottom part here, you have a single firing speaker at the bottom here. And I'll say that it's not the loudest speaker. Yeah, and neither does it have a lot of bass, as you would expect at this price range. Yeah, so don't be excited about that. You don't have stereo speakers, and neither is the speaker that good. Yeah, Right, so you also get the micro USB. Yeah, so I think this is an entry level phone. Not surprising that you have micro USB rather than Type C, but I think the likes of Samsung or whatever have Type C on all their phones at this point. No more micro USB, but Tecno still uses it in the entry level phones like this one here. Right, so you also get your headphone jack for those who really like it, and then your single microphone at the bottom. Right, so at the top you got nothing, as you would expect. Right, and on this side here on your left you get your SIM tray. It houses your dual SIMs and an SD card. Right, and then on your right, on the right of the phone, you find the volume rockers and the power button. Yeah, and that's basically it. At the front here you have your 8MP camera, which is fine and decent. I'll be talking about it more as we go along with the review. So once we go on and talk about the display on the phone here. So the display is a 6.6 inches IPS LCD 720p with 90 Hz. Right, so I said the specs on this they're fine for the price. You know, this is entry level and you get 90 Hz and 720p. Okay, as you would expect, obviously 720p is not going to be the sharpest display. You know, it's not like that of the Camon 19. But what this has better than the Camon 19 though is the fact that it has 90 Hz, which is noticeable. To me at this point, I can notice the difference. You know, before I would say that it's no big deal, and actually it's not a big deal, but if you get used to high refresh rate, yeah, you really do notice when it's on there. But for this you got the 90 Hz, and it does make a little bit of a difference. But yeah, obviously getting the 90 Hz you do sacrifice in resolution, so you have 720p. Yeah, so that's for the display. The display I'll say is decent. Yeah, for the price I think it's actually okay, no problem there when it comes to the display. Right, so moving on to the software. So for the software of this phone you get Android 12 with iOS, obviously, as you'd expect. So let's go ahead and look at the version. Android 12 here. Right. Right, so this is Android 12, as you'd expect. Hopefully they'll be sending updates as well, but I don't think they'll be updating this to Android 13 anyway. Tecno is not known for updating their phones. Yeah, but for the software I'll say that yeah, it's fine, but obviously on this being a budget phone, we do get a few ads here and there, but good enough you can mostly disable most of the apps here, like the likes of Palm Store, which usually send ads, things like that, and then the other bloatware that you get, the likes of Scooper News, I think, is it News, whatever it is. So yeah, you get a bit of bloatware on here, but for the most part you can uninstall or disable the apps, and I think that's fine. And then on the left side of the display here, the screen, you get your whatever zero screen here, which has quotes and yeah, your recent apps and things like that. You know, the RAM usage and all that kind of thing, whatever the weather. But you know, I would have preferred to have something like Google News. Yeah, other than this, because it's not really useful to me anyway. Yeah, but that's what you get. Actually, you can disable this screen when you go to desktop settings here. Then you go to whatever other settings, and then you can just turn off the zero screen like this right here. Once you turn it off, it will be gone right there, as you guys can see. Right, so that's for the software. I'm not the biggest fan of iOS, so I think if I was to use this phone, I would probably install Nova Launcher on it. Yeah, but other than that, I'll say that yeah, the software has no issues so far, at least. Right, so moving on to the performance. So this has the Helio P35 processor. So yeah, that's not a high-end chipset by any means, but yeah, I think for day-to-day usage you're going to be fine. I've tried out the whatever, tested out the whatever the RAM management. It's fine for the most part. Not getting any issues with it. Yeah, and I did try it out in KineMaster, and you can edit one layer of 1080p. Let's look at that right here. Yeah, so you can do a maximum of one layer of 1080p or 2 layers of 720p. Yeah, so it's not the most powerful processor that you have on here. I don't expect obviously like premium phone performance obviously, but I'm going to be doing a dedicated gaming review of the device. If you guys are interested, you can subscribe. I'll be posting that anytime soon. Yeah, I'm going to be playing a few games on here to test out the performance of it. Right, so that's for the performance. I think it's decent for most people. I think people buying phones in this category are usually not too much of gamers or what. They just need a phone that works, you know. And I think if you're just looking for a phone that works, I think this is a very good phone, you know. But I'm going to be doing a gaming test to see how it fares when it comes to the gaming. But yeah, I have 4 GB of RAM here, obviously expandable with that virtual RAM that most phones have now, 7 gigs. But yeah, for physical RAM, you have 4 GB and yes, performing decently. Holds apps in the background a few. Haven't really tested it out like extremely, but yeah, for the most part, I've used it and having no issues. You know, it's smooth. The 90 Hz is helping out as well. So yeah, I'll say for the performance, for now it's okay. Yeah, but I'll be doing a gaming test to see how it fares when it comes to the extreme, you know, scenarios like gaming, things like that. So the other thing I want to talk about is the cameras, obviously. So the cameras are decent, mostly if you're in good lighting, you know. I'll probably do a separate camera review of the phone, depending on how the video does. Yeah, probably will do a whatever separate camera review. But yeah, I'll say that for the cameras, they're decent. Have your 8MP at the front here, 8MP camera. Yeah, it performs fine, mostly in decent lighting. If you're in dark or indoors, yeah, don't expect the best performance from this. And at the back and the front, you can do a maximum of 1080p 30 fps. Yeah, so that's it for the cameras. And then I think I want to talk about is the battery life on here. So the battery I see is fine, you know, you get 5000 mAh, and this phone doesn't look actually that big, though they say 6.6 inches. Yeah, but given you have a 720p display, maybe the 90 Hz might eat into the battery life a little bit, but you can disable it anyway and you go back to 60 Hz. So yeah, I think for the battery life is going to be fine. Maybe the disappointing part is the charging, which is based on the whatever on the charging brick in the box at least. I would imagine this charges at whatever 10 watts, so that might not be the fastest. Yeah, so yeah, that's only disappointment when it comes to whatever the battery life. Yeah, and battery performance of this phone. So I think that's generally all I want to talk about. Maybe the haptics are also not that good, but yeah, for the price of the phone, I think they're acceptable. It's not the worst. At least you have a strong haptic feedback right here. Right guys, so I think that's all for the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.